out of Tampa, Florida, the 141 machine is Steve Brendel. Inside of him in the 23rd position, out of Hope Sound, Florida, the 7 machine is Jeremy Knoll. Outside of row 11 in the 22nd spot, that is out of Mitchell, Indiana, the 75G machine, Remington Gill. And inside of him in the 07 machine, out of Plant City, Florida, that's Doug Watson. In the 20 spot, it's the 22 car out of Morgantown, Indiana, Austin Burns. And inside of him, the 21P machine out of Dover, Florida, that's Josh Peacock.
And last night's feature winner, Philip Cobb, in the 03 out of Dover. They're going to do some hot laps, so we'll continue in just a moment. The 8th row outside of him from Thanota, Florida, that's the 11J of J-Mac himself, Jamie Slatton. From North Augusta, South Carolina, Clay Knight, the number 42, set fast time last night. He's to the inside of row 8. The Magic Man, Mark Whitener from Middleburg, Florida in the 5W. He's going to start to the outside of row 7. And alongside of him to the inside of row 7 out of Plant City, the 95 of Stephen Mathis Jr.
Starting in the 12th spot outside row 6 out of Sharpsville, Pennsylvania, the 9 machine, that's Will Thomas. And inside of him in the 11th position out of Apollo Beach, Florida, the 33 capital of Jeff Matthews. Outside row 5, this is your top 10. Out of Apollo Beach, Florida, number 58. He'll start in the 10th spot. That's Devin Dixon. And inside of him out of Forest, Virginia, number 87, Walker Arthur.
And starting to the outside of row number 4, Travis Varnador out of Dover, Florida, in the 95V. Lakeland Kenny Monahan in the 311. He's going to be to the inside of row 4. Starting in the 6th spot, the New Deal, Hudson O'Neill out of Martinsville, Indiana, and then the 17 of Logan Robertson.
Keith Nosmich and Max Blair will make up row 2 in the front row. Doug Horton, and on the pole, Mike Pager out of Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania. They fire him in turn 4, and Pager leads him down into turn 1.
And we got problems immediately. Oh, and a couple cars getting together. Devin Dixon, Jamie Slatton. I believe that's Ronnie Cooper in the 10C, and I can't quite see that. That might be Austin Burns in the 22. Derek Powell looks over the field as we get ready to restart him. Here we go.
Green, green, green. Wow. So there you saw Horton go way up to the top side. He's going to see what that outside groove will do. Mark Whitener, he knows what it'll do. Wow, the 5 car. He is on fire. He just keeps that momentum, Russ, and I mean, he winds that 5 car up, and he is clipping them off lap after lap. Wow.
Whitener to the high side in 3 and 4, but meanwhile, it's your leaguer, Fager Jr., out in front, leading them into turn 1. Max Blair currently holding on to 2nd spot. The Godfather, Keith Nosbich, gets around 11 machine, but here comes Whitener. Whitener in that 4th spot, looking to get by Nosbich as they go down the backstretch into 3.
No doubt, he wasn't waiting for anything. He wasn't waiting for the track to come in. He went straight to the top. He knows exactly what to do. He has got that car wound up, hammered down, and coming to the front.
Good battle between the 11 and 71. Hudson O'Neill takes over that spot. Hudson now up into the top 5 as he gets by Horton. Logan Roberson up to 6, followed by Horton. And Kenny Monahan right there going to battle for positions as they go down the backstretch.
Whitener got up in a loose stuff over there in turn 2, lost some ground to the 02 car, but he just keeps it right up on the top side, just keeps it pegged. And I mean, digging is that Mark Whitener, the 5 car, he's the one on the move out here so far. A little bit of contact. Watch out coming off turn 4. Meanwhile, Pager brings it to the stripe hit. He remains your leader.
Pager now gets by the 11 of Jamie Slatton and Gill as they go down the backstretch into turn number 3. Pager just doing what he did Thursday night, running a great line with this car. Max Blair, no caution. It's got Max Blair. He's got Keith right behind him as they go into turn 1.
This racing surface is what's making these cars be able to run so competitively, so close together. Nobody's able to really pull way away from anybody. And you're gonna see them go. They'll let them go. You got to feel confident in your car to feel you're going to be able to reel them back in. And that's what problems now, man. Philip Cobb, he got up almost against the wall over in turn 2. May have got up against it. And he keeps digging. We stay green.
One car that has gone backwards, and that is Doug Horton. Remember, Doug Horton started on the outside front row. Doug Horton currently scored in the 14th spot. So Horton having some problems right now. But Pager Jr. right there out of turn 4, crosses the start-finish line. Next in line in front of him is the Dover White boy, Josh Peacock, and Philip Cobb. Philip Cobb running that high line just like he did last night.
Philip Cobb really up against that cushion right now. Keith Nosmich, you see that one is at the very top, and of course Keith right at the very bottom where he feels really comfortable at. Blair in the 111 machine, and then O'Neill just behind them. But this track, like I said, it is so smooth right now. This track is so, it keeps everybody, nobody's able to just run away with this track the way it is.
But you look at the cars going through the turns now. Looks like they're starting to get a groove along the bottom. It looks like Cobb, the only one. Cobb stumbled up there in turns 1 and 2, had to back off as your leader gets through traffic. As you see, and Keith Nosmich just about lost it there going through 3 and 4.
I mean, he is right on the bottom, and now you look at Mark Whitener. He, too, has moved right down to the bottom. We got one around Josh Peacock over in turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, Peacock spinning around over there in turn number 2, as you see. So that'll slow the field down some.
Man, never a doubt where Keith was going to go. Once again, looking to go green. Whitener goes way up to the top side, hammers it. Oh, they made some contact right there at the stripe. Wow. Watch out, boys. And once again, Whitener, here he comes down the back straightaway. Magic, man. Mark Whitener looking to grab the lead of the stripe. Oh, they'll take over second.
Mike Pager Jr. got his hands full with Keith Nosmich, but that's going to allow the Magic Man to get by him. Mark Whitener now takes over the top spot on lap 14, but he washes up high in turn 4, pushing a little bit, and Pager going to get credited with that lead right there on lap 15.
He's going to be able to take the lead right here, I think, and be able to. He's got to try to get down to the bottom after he comes off this top. But Pager right there just keeps it planted right on the bottom, and Whitener continues to rim ride here at East Bay Raceway Park.
Mike Pager Jr. doing everything he can to keep it nice and smooth as they go through turns 3 and 4. Now Pager has a little bit of breathing room as they go into 1 and 2. Whitener still trying to get around him. Keith Nosmich hanging on as he and Nosmich battle side by side down the backstretch into turn number 3.
Russ, you were absolutely right. Whitener goes up there looking for that little bit of moisture on these restarts, gets what he can. Now I believe he's going to have to go to the bottom, and there you sit watching. We got one around over in turn 1. And that is Max Blair, I believe. Once again, Whitener right back to the top. Pager leads him to the stripe. Nosmich hangs on to second. Whitener back in third, I believe, as he comes off turn 2. We'll have to see. Horton now moves up the track just a bit. Max Blair is slotted in that 4th position, but now Horton looks to the outside. Magic Man drops down at the bottom. Getting a little bumpy right there at the bottom through 3 and 4. We'll see how that works out throughout the remainder of the race.
And now you see a couple of guys, Walker Arthur, Philip Cobb, and Josh Peacock now go to the high side as Whitener and the rest of the cars are still on the bottom. Pager Jr. still having a good run right now, leads the rest of the field. Now if you watch the cars, they kind of hit a little bit of a wobble down there in turn number 1, but it looks like it's good for them because it looks like they're just trying to set the car.
Yeah, they're just right there on the bottom, and they've chewed it up down there. But they're getting that bite right down at the bottom, and now Horton looks to the outside of Whitener, and Whitener kind of runs him up the track just a bit, runs out of room. Horton going to have to find now space behind Max Blair as Blair pulls up alongside Whitener for that 3rd spot.
Looks like Whitener might have used up his tires as he starts to slide back just a little bit. Slides back to fourth. Max Blair takes back over to third spot. Here comes Doug Horton. Doug Horton in the 11 going to try and challenge Whitener for the fourth spot. As now at the line, it is a close one there between Horton and Whitener. Travis Varnador currently up there as well, having a good run there, followed by Monahan, O'Neill, Roberson, and Arthur.
That is indeed an excellent run for Varnador. You just look up and all of a sudden there he is, a good strong run, just right there in line behind Horton, tucked in, right behind him. And as you said, Whitener still trying to make that top groove work, trying to get whatever is left up there.
And you got caution over there in turn number 1. Caution in 1. I believe that might be Clay Knight over there in turn number 1. So caution out, 24 down, almost at the halfway point, Scott, as we get ready to send them back underway. Rock and Ronnie up there.
A fire coming off turn 4. There's a green flag. Oh, now we're trying to get right down to the bottom and squeeze through as many as possible. We'll see if we can stay green, but you can see the cars, they are just hopping right there along the bottom. Who's going to be the first to go outside? Get up against that wall, see what's left out there. Right now, they're all hugging right down to the bottom of the racetrack.
3 wide on the front stretch as they head into turn number 1. Hudson O'Neill, Walker Arthur, and Monahan were they were 3 wide there at the moment. And Monahan backed off just a little bit. Man, Pager has got his hands full. He's got the guy who's got many laps around this track right on his bumper.
Yeah, that's not a good sight to see, especially when you're just right at the halfway point. You see him right there. That's obviously Keith Noswich. He's just riding the Godfather right there, tucked up underneath the one machine of Pager. Blair right behind them. He's just watching it all, seeing how it unfolds. Horton, Magic Man, and then Varnador right there, and then just behind them, O'Neill.
Walker, Arthur, and Logan Roberson battling for position as they come out of turn 4. They're side by side. Walker on the high side, Roberson to the inside as they slide into turn number 1. Roberson continues to hang on to that spot as he gets by Walker Arthur cleanly coming out of turn number 2. Meanwhile, Pager going to lead him into turn number 1.
A little bit further back there behind Walker Arthur, there you see Doug Watson, the 07 car. Kenny Monahan back there as well. And Steve Mathis Jr., the 95 car right there as well. Your leader just now coming off turn 4. He'll come to the stripe.
20 to go.
20 laps to go indeed. $3,000 on the line. More importantly, the 41st annual Crate Late Model Winter National Crate Late Model Championship to be crowned here in just a few moments at East Bay Raceway Park. And man, the action is getting hot up front.
As they slide into turns 1 and 2, going through that little bump right there, Pager Jr. continues to hold off the Godfathers. They go down into turn number 3. Max Blair about the same distance he has been this last run. Kind of sneaks up on him just a little bit, then he falls back down the front straightaway as Horton continues to hang on to the 4th spot, and Whitener in the number 5 is currently in the 5th spot. Hudson O'Neill back there, followed by Travis Varnador, Logan Roberson, Walker Arthur, Doug Watson, and Kenny Monahan.
So now they're coming up on lap traffic. We'll see how good Pager can maneuver his way through the field as they roll past the 141 machine of Steve Brindle. Next to go down will be the 7 car, Jeremy Knoll, I believe. So they go past Jeremy. Jeremy gives him plenty of room. Pager will roll down through 1 and 2. And now I believe they'll set their sights on the 75G machine of Remington Gill out of Mitchell, Indiana. He'll be the next car in the sights of Pager as they roll down through 3 and 4. So Pager hangs on to the lead. Opened up about a 2-car length advantage over Keith Noswich. Blair just behind them. And now here comes Doug Horton all of a sudden. You look up. At Victory Circle car looming large behind Max Blair in the 111 machine. Travis Varnador. Good run for that young man, the 95 car.
As your leader comes out at turn number 2, Pager Jr. has a .871 second lead over Keith as Keith now starts to slip back a little bit. You wonder if his tires are starting to give up as he was riding it hard trying to catch down Pager. And now Pager now starting to catch that lap traffic as they come out at turn number 2. Meanwhile, Blair and Horton tighten up a little bit, followed by Whitener and O'Neill.
This lap traffic is going to be just what Nosmich needed. It's going to bottle up Pager, and there you go.
Three wide going into turn number 1. This is all in front of the leader.
Wow. Wow, right in front of your leader, and man, this is what Nosmich needed, that's for sure. If he is going to make any challenge for this championship, he has got to have this right here. .141 car spins. He goes to the spin cycle over in turn 2. Stephen Brenda will bring out the caution with 9 laps remaining. Wow. So it has all come down to this. $3,000 on the line.
$3,000 on the line, and man, you got to wonder how these tires are wearing on these guys right now.
That front row all to himself. They fire coming off turn 4. Here we come down to it. 9 laps remaining. $3,000 on the line. And the Crate Late Model Championship here at East Bay Raceway Park.
And Blair makes a move to the outside, fighting Keith Nosmich for that second spot. Blair trying to make a last-ditch effort here to try to get around Nosmich as they come out at turn number 4. Blair side by side with Nosmich as they head into turn number 1. Pager Jr. doing everything he can. Now he's going to try and play defense here now and offense at the same time. Max Blair now gets around Keith for that second spot.
They've moved down to the bottom so far over there in 1 and 2. Whitener's car almost all the way, all 4 tires off the ground. Watch him. They're just bouncing. They're just trying to get to the bottom so hard. Their car's about to come apart. If they go one more lap, they try that again. I'm telling you, it is rough going down there, but they just keep it hammered.
And this is good for Pager because Blair and Nosmich are going to battle for position. Watch them coming out of turn number 2. You see Pager able to distance those 2 as they go out of turn number 4.
So there you see Max Blair and Mike Pager, the 2 Pennsylvania natives, have taken over first and second. Nosmich relegated back into the 3rd spot. 4th is Magic Man Mark Whitener. 5th, the 11 machine, Doug Horton.
Next time by, it's going to be 3 to go. Pager now distanced himself from second place. Max Blair, Keith back to the 3rd spot. Now Hudson trying to find some running room as he goes to the high side. Pager Jr. being patient.
That car, you can hear him. He's letting up right out. I mean, his car is just running real good. He's not having to hustle it. It's just turning and rotating so good right around the bottom. Look at that. Just working that bottom groove. 2 to go. All right. Your leader now off of turn 2. He's got about a half a straightaway lead over Nosmich and Blair. Blair gets moved up out of the groove by Nosmich. Nosmich back into second. They're looking for a caution real bad. The white flag comes out. We'll see if they get it. Your leader down into turn 2. Clear sailing for Pager as they roll down into turn 3. Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen, out of Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania. Your winner, number 1 RJ, Mike Pager Jr. Nosmich will finish second, Max Blair third, Whitener fourth, Hudson O'Neill will round out your top 5. Doug Horton finished 6th. Watson finished 7th, Travis Fornador 8th, Kenny Monahan 9th, and rounding out your top 10, Logan Robertson.
A huge East Bay round of applause. Your Crate Late Model Champion for 2017 here at East Bay Raceway Park from Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania. Your winner, Mike Pager Jr. Wow. There you go, man. $3,000. You have had an incredible weekend. But did you know that you had a guy that's got many, many laps around this place, Keith Nosbitch, hounding you lap after lap?
Yeah, on them restarts, I knew he kept taking the inside, so I knew he was running second. I wasn't sure how big of a lead I had, but I just knew I wasn't getting off that bottom.
And you guys, it looked like the track, you guys have kind of like set yourself over there in turn number one, because I was watching you guys would get in there and you kind of bounce around. So how you feeling after that?
No, not bad. That one wreck that happened down there actually pushed that Uke tire in a little bit, and it actually helped me out a little bit because I could get down there in the traction a little bit. But the car was actually pretty good tonight, and I got to thank my whole crew.
Now, as you and I talked about on Thursday night, sunshine, great weather here, snowing back home. You're not looking forward to that, are you?
No, as soon as we're done with tech here, we're going to load up and head back to PA.
Yeah, that's gonna be an incredible. I mean, you've had an incredible weekend here, and it's like I said, it's got to feel good. I'm just glad I got to catch this tonight because I had to go somewhere else. But man, I tell you what, you are a heck of a driver. And don't forget, I won't ask you how old you are again.
Yeah, I appreciate it, but like I said, I can't do it without Brian Swank and Jerry Hasslew and Mike Bruner and Elvin. Them guys. They put just as much time as I do in to get this thing ready every day. And sometimes it's fun and sometimes it's not. But at the end of the night, we have a good time.
$5,000 for your vacation here in Florida. Got to feel good, huh?
Oh yeah. Still in the hole, but it's helping out a little bit.
Well, there you